Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe for the latest and greatest. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit that bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, and the Patreon family, because we are working. Now, I told you this year wasn't going to be a good year for a lot of y'all, and I've made good with that. I told y'all in January, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Y'all didn't want to tell the truth. A lot of y'all are out of here. You know what I mean? New media is on the scene, and new media, Boxingego, we having a great year. Now, I just seen an interview from Fight Hub TV. I have linked to their video and interview in the comment section. As you guys seen from the title, Freddie Roach is saying what I've been saying, and a lot of other boxing pugilists. He's ranking Crawford up there. Now, me, I told you, I had Andre Ward as #1, and I still had Crawford #2. I went to Ward's last fights. I went to Crawford's last fights, and I still had him #2. Based on Ward, I think he had a little bit more tenure. Like, he had been on top for a while, like the Super 6 was a while ago. But now, with Andre Ward retiring, that moves Terrence Crawford up to that #1 spot. Skillfully, skill for skill, I think he's up there, and he's a force to be reckoned with. And Freddie Roach agrees. New media. Now, let me talk about what Freddie Roach says, and then I'll chime in. And in the interview, Freddie Roach says, I think Terrence Crawford is the best fighter, pound for pound, in the world today. He can box, he can move for 12 rounds, he can punch, he hurts everybody. In his last fight, in his last win, he fought the African fighter who's really a tough guy. I saw him win the title in Moscow. I thought, man, if Crawford takes this guy lightly, he might be surprised. And he went right after him. He went right after him and made him look ordinary with a body shot. Bow. So shout out to Freddie Roach. A lot of times when it's not necessarily dealing with his stable directly, he's very honest, and I like that about him. And I mean, you get that a lot with trainers. Like, if it's their fighter, they might say some outlandish things, but I agree with what Freddie Roach is saying. And this also lends credence to what I was telling you before. If you listen to what I was saying, even though Freddie Roach is praising Terrence Crawford now, when his fighter Manny Pacquiao, a lot of people wanted to see Pacquiao versus Crawford. This again is why the fight didn't happen. Terrence Crawford was like, yeah, my legacy goes on, my journey with or without Pacquiao, so I'm not going to just sit around and chase him, but I would love the fight. I would love the opportunity. This, to me, is closure. I made several videos about that, and you can listen to what Roach is saying about Crawford, and it just cements what I've been telling you. This is why Pacquiao didn't want no work with Crawford. Look how highly Freddie Roach is praising him, and it was obvious. He had his fighter Victor Postal, who, that was supposed to be a 50-50 fight. I was at that fight too in Las Vegas, and Crawford dusted Postal off, and I think Postal has a fight just now, or this month, or it's coming up, or maybe even happened. But he took a lot of time off after that Crawford, and he was way more active before he lost to Crawford. But when he ran into Crawford, sometimes you get an embarrassing beating like that, you're not the same. Same thing with Felix Diaz. We seen him fight a little bit more frequently, and after Crawford's playing patty cake with his head and all that, where's Felix Diaz been? He fought in May. Crawford already came back and fought, became undisputed, and he might even fight again this year. We don't know what Top Rank has in store with the new ESPN deal. So sometimes fighters take these embarrassing losses, and it takes its toll on them. And that happened to one of Roach's fighters in Victor Postal. So that's why the Pacquiao fight didn't happen, like I said. Now, we could put this was like one of the cold case files where I knew what the reason Pacquiao wasn't fighting Crawford was, but now this is just more and more proof. So previously, when Freddie Roach was saying a Filipino and an African American fighter won't sell, we knew that to be fake, because Mayweather's African American and Pacquiao's Filipino, and they still hold the record for the highest grossing boxing event of all time. You know what I'm saying? So those are all cop-outs, and Michael Conks and all that saying, and you guys could research this, saying that Crawford, we don't like his style. You don't like his style because he has the style that would give Pacquiao a whole lot of problems. The frame, he has power, speed, ambidextrous, etc. Now, as far as the pound for pound ranking, I told y'all, tell the truth. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. Like, I respect Teddy Atlas. I came up, you know what I mean? One of my favorite fighters of all time, he was there for that fighter back in the heyday, Mike Tyson. So I've known about Teddy Atlas for a while, but I wholeheartedly disagree with what he said on national TV, and I don't think it was a good look. And whether people are doing it for pay or the networks or whatever, it's not a good look. That's why I'm so fortunate that as a boxing fan, an analyst, a reporter, I don't work for a dedicated network where I have to say what I don't believe to be true. You know what I mean? All these people pushing Lomachenko, he's good, let him earn it. But new media, you keep seeing it more and more. Daniel Jacobs, he just announced that he has a multi-fight deal with HBO. Shout out to BK, shout out to my dude Daniel Jacobs. And he was being interviewed at the Linares fight and the Campbell fight, and you'll see the interviews floating around. He's agreeing. He's like, Lomachenko's good, but you got to earn your stripes, and he can't be #1 right now. It'd be Ward or Kovalev. I mean, excuse me, Ward or Crawford, right? And it's just so funny because all the people pushing this Lomachenko, I've talked to fight. I talked to Sean Porter, Kenny Porter, and they're like, nah, it has to be Ward and Crawford. Them dudes, I mean, how can you not? Super 6 for Ward and all these names, and he beat everybody, right? Crawford's undisputed. I talked to Caleb Plant, etc. All fighters, people in the industry also. So this whole Lomachenko fight, him being pound for pound #1 right now, it sounds more and more ridiculous. They shouldn't have put that out there. They should have let Lomachenko be great, fight Rigondeaux, see if he gets past him. Then that will move him up, not to #1, but it'll move him up the food chain, and then keep it pushing. But these networks are going to learn, especially with new media on the case. They're going to learn that you got to start giving fighters their props. The fans want it, and the fighters deserve it, right? Lomachenko's good, but let him keep doing what he's been doing, and then he'll have no problem being on there. You don't have to prematurely skip levels and tell us Chocolatito is #1. There's multiple ways. I understand selling somebody. You can make training montages of Chocolatito hitting the heavy bag and running road work and stuff to sell a fight. You could just tell him his relationship with Alexis Arguello and put together a montage with pictures of them together and stuff. There's multiple ways to promote a fighter. You don't gotta lie to the public to promote them, so I don't believe that. Lomachenko is very talented. He's very acrobatic. He's clean cut. He can box. He has an offensive mindset with his style and things like that. Let that sell the fighter. You know what I mean? But I'm sick of the networks and boxing personalities trying to be company men where they're just trying to force feed us who's #1. And then on top of that, it'd be one thing if you're just telling us Lomachenko is pound for pound, but you were like, man, Andre Ward's a beast. But that's not what you get. You hear, oh, Andre Ward, he cheated to win, and I don't think he won the first fight, and Crawford, who's he fought. You can't say in 30-something fights who has Crawford fought, but then you're wowed by Lomachenko's 10 opponents he's fought. You know what I'm saying? And he has a loss in there. But new media, man, it was all a matter of time. Now you got people like Freddie Roach. And he said, I seen an interview Freddie Roach was talking about, he wasn't even really impressed with Lomachenko. Right? And they both train out there in SoCal. He was like, I'm not even really impressed. I think he was at the Mariaga fight. And here he is giving Crawford big props and the best accolades, pound for pound, in the world. Right? So truth always comes out. Sometimes it's a matter of time. I think Crawford, he's looking like the pound for pound man. 32-0, 23 KOs, and he seems to be getting better. Crawford is that dude. Now he's going up to the most stacked division, calling out #1 people in the division. Keith Thurman. He's like, whoever, like, let's go. You want to be the best, you got to fight the best. So he has the right attitude. And right here, I wholeheartedly agree with Freddie Roach. Let me know if you agree with Freddie Roach. Is Terrence Crawford pound for pound #1? Do you have Lomachenko pound for pound #1? Drop that in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hey, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.